Tesla vehicles are surrounded by a lot of cameras, and because of that, it can lead to some very, very interesting moments. What do I mean? Well, let's take a look. Hey there, welcome back to another video. Thanks so much for coming back. As I mentioned, Teslas are surrounded by a lot of cameras. I'll put the number down below because I don't remember off the top of my head. And Tesla vehicles come with two features that you can use for the security of your vehicle using these cameras. One is called Dashcam, and just think of it as like a dash cam for the vehicle while you're using it. The other one is Sentry mode, and that basically monitors the vehicle while you are away from it. That might be running into the store. It also might be on a trip halfway around the world. Doesn't matter. It will record from several of the cameras if any motion triggers it. So because of that, you can end up with some very interesting videos, and it's become kind of a fun pastime for me and our family to review these videos. 90% of the ones we get, they're boring. Well, 90% of the Sentry mode videos we get are boring. The ones that are from the Tesla cam while we're driving, chances are they're not boring because we triggered the recording for a reason. I was just spending some time the other day going through the various recordings on our two vehicles. We have a Model Y currently and a Model X. And I decided to pull out what I consider to be the top 10. Some are funny, some are not safe driving by other people, and some are just, they sit there and they make you think, quite frankly. And I thought this would be a fun video to make because if you're not aware, there is a YouTube channel out there called Wham, Baam, Tesla Cam. I will put a link to them down in the description below. And I watch their videos every single week. Big fan of the footage they show and the way they cover and everything like that. And it just makes for some very interesting viewing. So I would encourage you to check them out, subscribe to their channel, and let me know what you think about their videos down below. But without further ado, let's get into our top 10. All right, so our first contestant is this car right here. This is on 28th Street, which is quite a busy street here in Grand Rapids. And we're gonna file this under what on earth do you think you're doing? So traffic starts going and this person pulls out and you think, oh, they'll just wait there. You know, we got traffic going on both sides. You got a bus on the other side. Nope, they're just gonna cut everybody off and go right out into the turn lane. So that was fun. All right, well, the next one here is going to show you patience or lack thereof. We're in a 35 and I'm going 39, and apparently that is too slow for this Honda, so he has to pass me in the center turn lane. I don't understand it. All right, and our next one is a, oh my gosh, that was my turn. And this is the car you're gonna watch. And you will see, thankfully, the Tesla has emergency braking because this person all of a sudden slams on their brakes right here and turns left. But here's the funny part, if you look at that closely, you would have seen that was a left turn coming the other way only. And for this next one, I think we'll just call this getting it out of your system. So I passed this semi. This guy was actually right on my tail. I get over, but he's not happy that the guy who was in the left lane was in the left lane. So he blows past me and then of course has to get over in front of that guy to prove his point and apparently make himself feel better about himself. Now this next one, it's just fun. It's just fun. Have you ever had a vehicle or maybe a trailer wave at you? Look at this trailer. Doesn't it kind of look like the trailer's waving at me? Now, of course, I don't think the trailer is supposed to be doing that, and probably unsafe, but I thought it was pretty cool, and I waved back. Now, this next one is definitely worthy of the Wham Bam YouTube channel, which I will link to below. This guy was in the left turn lane and thought he had a green light, but we did not have a green light, and he ran in the back of my car. So we pulled into a nearby credit union, had a little conversation, and then he fled the scene. But of course, in doing so, he had to spin out. Now, I don't know if you noticed what kind of car that was, and I won't really make a comment about it, other than to say, I've run into a disproportionate number of people who do these spinouts who drive that kind of car. Now, this is one that makes me thankful for autopilot because it saw this runner before I did. Do you see him? Do you see him? Oh, there he is. And I wondered why my car was slowing down, and then I found out. Grateful that I had that feature. And this one is one where it shows you that sometimes the Tesla cam captures love. Oh, look at that. It's MI Tesla guy and Mrs. MI Tesla guy. We were able to get together for lunch one day, which is a very, very rare occurrence, and the Tesla cam caught us saying goodbye. Now, these are some of my favorite videos where you see the younger generation really admiring Teslas. And I'll tell you, Tesla is quite admired, quite looked up to by the younger generation, a lot of future purchasers. And there's Dad. So I figured this is a father and son. I was just parked in a Culver's parking lot. I was eating inside and came out and saw this fun video clip of them checking out the car. Now, I will say this happens less and less now that they are more common in our area. It's pretty rare for me to go a day without seeing a solid 10 or 11 Teslas around here, but still fun to look back on videos like this and just see how cool these cars are to the younger generation. And last but not least, this is from when I was up north in Traverse City for a meeting, and they had complimentary charging at the meeting location. Both of these are Tesla chargers. Now, you may notice that vehicle next to me is not a Tesla. It actually happens to be an Audi. Now, the guy must have looked at the plug and thought, oh, that's not the right plug, and he would have been right, but he was going to give it a try. And as you would expect, it didn't work. I mean, he tried, but that is not a J1772 plug, and took him a little while to realize that. And I do got to give him kudos for wrapping it back up there on the charger, but I just thought that was a funny one that he tried to get that thing to fit in there. Well, there you have it. Those are our top 10. If you wouldn't mind, drop me a comment down below. Let me know which of the 10 was your favorite video. And if you don't mind sharing, share why it was your favorite video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the thumbs up down below and consider subscribing. And if you're bored, why not go back and watch some of our older videos? There's some fun ones in there. Anyway, I'm glad you stopped by to watch, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.